Grandma's babies. Hi. How you doing, dear? Betty. I love my Betty. How are you? Thank you for the heart, me Betty. I see nobody was live, so I thought I would jump in. Well, Lucky's live, but do you guys have plans this weekend? Anybody have any big plans for tomorrow? The big 4th? My daddy served in the army. When he lost his right eye, he put a flag out in our yard till the day that he died. While my mother, my brother, my sister, and me could grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. There was a sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. As soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Okay, jealous shots, okay. Talking to grandchildren, see the fireworks and cook out. I'm okay. I'm sitting okay, but I'm this mess letting play out for my own. Yeah, although I wouldn't get involved. It is a lot. Getting up there, I didn't think I was going to be going up there yesterday, and I did. In front of God and everybody, I had to. You know, I just got tired of my friends getting blamed for my shit, so don't go after them. Come after me. That's all I say. I always say that. It's not their fuck shit. It was mine. Yeah, stay out of it, girl. For your own sake, for your own peace. Yeah. Soaking cherries. Hell yeah. We got some plums or pluot plums this year. Some Saturn peaches. They're really good. I am too. I mean, at this point, I think the cops need to be involved. I've said that, you know. Hey, BB. Is everything okay, Mimi? I heard something happened. Like you got a message and you were upset. You don't have to say it here if you don't want to. Hi, Lizette. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Hi, Mayonesa. Mama! Hey, Mama. How you doing, Mama?
Hey, boo. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just
Awesome.
just cleaning the barn right now. How are you?
I'm good. Just chilling. Not really,
Yeah.
but you know.
Are you doing stuff tomorrow, or is it gonna rain tomorrow?
I have no idea, baby.
Oh.
It all depends. Leo, mister, what are you doing? Oh, no, all my dogs, they think that, oh, Donaldson, you on good behavior today. Great job. Leo and Emma Rose is across the street by Shauna. What the hell?
And he didn't go. Oh.
And he was stayed on the driveway. That is a miracle. Good boy. Hey, good boy, your mama good.
Hi, Forest friend.
Good boy. Yeah. The only one that listened today, finally. Yes. Yes, him did. I says, I get in too much trouble, Coco.
Oh, I believe it. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi,
How y'all
Michelle.
doing? And Forrest. Oh, yeah.
It's going good, mayonnaise. It's hot, but I'm happy I
Honestly.
got all my stuff done. Jess, my
Jesse, where's
Jessica,
Jesse? Lindsay. I didn't see
Lindsay.
Jess.
Jess, she's
There she
right here.
is.
There's my
Hey,
Jess.
my Jesse.
You okay?
I'm sorry I had to leave you in the thing, but in that pit over there. But I saw Coco and all had you, so
No, thank you for everything. I love you ladies so much, honestly.
love you.
You are
What?
beautiful and smart, intelligent, and you're cared for. You are not vindictive ever. I have never seen that in you ever. So,
Thank you,
period.
Coco.
Well, y'all know me.
You're welcome.
Even if I'm busy doing something and somebody lets me know something and I know what's right, Mama's coming. Now, if y'all
Yeah.
fighting with and acting the fool with people and I'm busy, y'all on your own. I'm sorry, but what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. You know.
Yep.
But of course, if nobody tells me either, then I don't know what's going on. So that's also what we all have to remember as well. But I stand by you on this shit. Fuck that. And I got a violation while I was over there, just to let y'all know. And I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to give nobody the benefit of the doubt. Thank you.
Sorry. Morning, afternoon, I mean.
Yep, it is a
Thank
cool.
you.
Golly.
Good
Thank you,
morning,
and thank you everyone
afternoon.
for being so nice to me over there. I really appreciate it. And I've got myself chicken wings right now, so I'm happy.
Oh, some
Good.
chicken wings. Yay.
That sounds amazing.
I can only have one because Spice really, like since I've been on the weight loss jam,
Yeah,
Spice
me
really set
too.
me up. I can't really
Well,
have
y'all
it.
lose some weight for me, damn it.
What's say, Mama?
I said, y'all lose some weight for me too, damn it.
I'm down my first stone
Me,
already. I'm so happy.
I haven't even weighed myself.
So, y'all, I went to my
Thank you,
main
Betty.
doctor the other day so he could switch my medicine because y'all know how I'm always brain fogged and everything. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So he changed my medicine, thank the good Lord. And but I also have to go give blood, like get blood work and a mammogram, he said. So I'm waiting for the hospital to call me for that. Hey, my Betty.
Fuck you.
Oh my God, I don't know. I can't comment. 5:30 Eastern. Oh my God, I don't know what my keyboard's doing.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, I think it's hot. It just like spazzed out.
Mimi, do you have to make us wait that late? I have to go to bed.
I'm
Can't do it any
sorry. I
earlier.
know there's no way I could do it while I'm at work.
That's
I'm
cool,
gonna
I
do
get
it as
it.
soon as I leave work.
Oh, you don't get a half a day off today?
I'm so irritated, y'all. I had 73 phone calls yesterday. You guys gonna be open today? Cause I got the day off and I'm gonna come get my stuff.
Let me answer Booty
No,
Man, y'all. I'll
I'm
be right back.
not off today. We work 9 to 5 today. I want to kick a baby across the table or something. I don't even know.
So you work from 9 to what you said?
9 to 5, like a regular day.
Wow.
I'm not happy. They couldn't even give us like an
Coco,
hour
I
off
can't bring
early.
nobody up. Somebody was requesting. I can't see even who it is.
It's Jess.
Oh, sorry. It's talking to me. Oh, she's switching on us. Okay.
Oh, wait, she's
Okay.
over
Yeah,
there
well,
now.
girl, down here, everybody be closing at 1. Or they closed. Period.
Brittany, I
What's
saw that and I
everyone?
thought every single one of them has a profile picture that says justice for Sal. I can't get on that train, y'all.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy, cultish,
No.
crazy shit. The messages that I am getting from the other people that were there, y'all just need to be at my live at 5:30 tonight at Eastern time. That's I can't say anything else. I'm gonna let all of them speak, but I think my suspicions may be correct.
Is Myra
All
coming on
right.
your panel, Mimi?
No. Nope.
Okay, good. I'll come watch them.
You best not come after my freaking Jessie, because, listen, I had enough.
That to me right there showed me that Sal's thinks she's the only victim in the entire universe, does not hold empathy for
I
what
wish she
anybody
would
else
put
has
my
been
fucking
through.
shoes on right now and live real life over here. Right, Coco?
Right. I mean, Sparkle Fort.
And I'm just saying, I ain't saying it on the internet, but I'm just saying, real life done struck me hard since last week. Listen, it ain't nothing nice. So a lot of people need to shut the fuck up. From the internet people doing you things. Love.
Remember, Sal's is also the person who went after me, went after Naomi, and now Naomi is going on to hospice with stage 5 liver disease. She's probably not
What?
going to be around much longer. And remember, she was victimized by Sal's as well.
I mean, I don't remember who she didn't besides me for sure. But anyway, I guess I'll be next, but that's okay. But what the hell's going on with Naomi Mia?
She's not doing well at all. She's been in and out of the hospital for months now. It's not good. If you guys just pray for her,
Yeah,
keep her
everybody
in your
pray for her.
thoughts,
I mean, even though
reach out to her, even
some people
if you
don't
guys
like
don't
each
have the
other,
best feelings.
you can
Yeah,
still freaking pray for somebody that's no matter what.
it's
You know what I'm saying?
humane.
Like, I mean, honestly, it's just the freaking internet to me, but because whatever it is, but I have my friends and my friends I care about, but when something tragic is happening to somebody, even if people don't like that person, it's okay to pray for them, even though you know have feelings. I mean,
That was the
it
first
don't
thing I
hurt.
said. Even though me and her aren't getting along or whatever, we had I put all that aside. Like if she needs me, I'm here. I'm praying for her,
I
and
love
I'm
that.
gonna start reaching out to her just in case she needs anybody.
I was never
That's what we should
really
be doing.
one that was friends with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know what everybody
Hmm.
talks about and whatever. Like, me and her really never had a conversation or anything. So I can't say, oh, I'm going to reach out to her and me and her be friends. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no, you don't have to do that. But
no,
I'm
I'm
just saying,
just
if
saying,
anybody
like,
wants to, or
in general, like, I don't know her. Like, I've never really had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
yeah,
but I still have that I could pray for her. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you still got empathy. You still have a heart.
I mean, people I don't know, just hearing things about, you know what I'm saying? And then something happens to them. I mean, I will pray for them, but I don't need to be friends with Tom, Dick, Harry, Joe, and Mo, you know? That's just how I feel. And everybody should, you know, appreciate other people's lives that are going through things worse than them.
Yeah.
Well, we're here for you, Mama.
What,
And
baby?
I said we're all here for
Sweet.
you.
I know, baby. I know we have to have that call one at some time, but whenever y'all ready. Because I think I can now speak on it. I mean, not speak on it, but let my inside people know everything
Yeah.
now. Puppies, y'all coming or y'all staying in? I don't trust you, Donison.
I'm telling you, if anyone wants a business idea, I've got a golden one.
What is it?
You know, the skinny jab's getting really popular, like all over the world now. Most people are taking it or taking it in some form. But it
Skinny
really
what?
suppressed the skinny jab,
What the
like
hell?
Wegovy and Monjaro and things like that. But you know, when you go out to eat, I don't know how it is in America, but like here, you get a kid's portion or an adult's portion. There's no in between. And I cannot eat an adult's portion of food anymore. But not only that, I need to make sure that if I'm eating, I'm getting enough protein because you suffer from a lot of loss of muscle mass whilst you're taking the injection as well. And with me obviously doing pole, I need to keep my muscle, not lose it. So I have to try and make sure I'm taking loads of protein, eating loads of protein. But there just isn't like a specific takeaway or restaurant that offers like Wegovy or Monjaro style meals right now. And I honestly think it could be something that would be
Oh,
really popular.
that is a
And
good
Mimi, what do
idea.
you want,
it is,
girl? Leave me
right?
alone.
Mimi,
What
go for
happened?
it. Take it.
No, that's a good
Because
idea.
it is.
What do
Look
you
into
Because
it.
mean,
he
Key? We missed you.
They just said, yeah, well, you invited me over here.
Yeah, I just
I
missed
was
you.
over there crying
Hi.
about Mackenzie Strilla.
Oh, I thought you were in here because it said invite Key, so I just hit invite. I didn't even know
Invite
I could do that.
Trilla.
What's going on in the Sharilla world?
No, I was just looking at body cam footage. Yeah, I
Did you
think
look any more into that case from Ohio? Have any of you guys looked it up?
with all them kids, yeah, I see
All
some.
them kids? Mm-hmm. I think that woman's a victim too. I think the mother of the children is a victim from what it reads. I don't know why I mean, I guess they would have had to arrest her at first, but
Hey, respect to the panel. Sorry for being rude.
don't
You're
be. It's
okay.
all right. You're not rude.
No, I was
thank
just
you.
I feel bad for Mackenzie, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to break it.
No. Okay.
Oh, God, Key,
I'm
No.
sorry. I just
no.
look, that girl was being
Boo.
terrorized.
By
Y'all
who?
just gotta look more into it a
No.
little bit. And I know it's a lot of cases going on, but I just saw that it was a car following them too. Like, I don't think that girl meant to kill them boys, man. I just don't. And
You said there was a
I don't
car
know.
following them that night?
yes, right behind them, girl. Look at the
Why have
camera.
I not heard anything about that part?
Girl, I
Where's
seen her.
Kai? We need Kai. She's the expert.
What happened? What
Kai
y'all
was
talking
in
Was
about?
the
here.
car like, were they friends with them? Like, were they following them or just behind them?
No, they don't detail anything about the car that was right behind
Oh.
them. They don't detail anything about that in the net. I don't listen to documentaries anymore. Like, you really gotta.
That is Bubba and Rose.
Now, I did see something that made
No,
me kind of
Rosie.
side eye the what's his name? The white boy's family, the unhinged sister. I had to side eye them the other day.
Yes, they had a
They were
fundraiser at a bar. Like,
drunk. They were all wasted.
Becky and Big Sister
Mm-hmm.
Unhinged. And then,
Mm-hmm.
but look, I don't know. Things change every day with cases, but I just saw there was a car that was that followed them down that street when she made that turn. She put her blinker on. She probably thought it was the cops. We don't know. She don't even know. But I don't think she meant to kill them boys, man. I just don't. I'm sorry. It's something in me that's telling me I don't think she did that on purpose.
Have you seen how happy
And
she was
then, oh
though?
yeah, me and Kai was arguing the other day because they said that they found the shrooms on her. No, they found them in the car, and I just rewatched that body cam footage.
I thought they were in her hip.
No, they were not. They were in the vehicle.
In her purse?
Might have been in her purse. Who knows? And now I just seen a video of her sitting in Christine Russo's house with 6 pints of promethazine behind her. Like, not the attorney. What a minor. Yeah. I don't think she meant to do that. And then they had a lot of money on them too when that happened. So it could have been, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they
I see what
had,
you're putting down.
they
Didn't
had
they say
smudge and
I've
money on
heard
them. And I think maybe it was a freak accident. He probably freaked out and
now
just,
I've heard one of the cops say, and I've heard it be rumored that they thought somebody took stuff out of the trunk and left the scene. Like they almost thought what's her
no, the
face's
trunk was
boyfriend was there.
open. The trunk was open when the cops got to the scene. So
Right.
all you saw was like all her clothes and her bags and stuff in the trunk. The smugs
I
wasn't in
swear
the trunk.
in one of the videos you could hear one of the cops say, was there another person in this vehicle that left?
Yes, I'm telling y'all. Look,
So
See,
cool,
look at down there
Lance.
gifting everybody. Thank you,
Oh,
babe.
thank you. Look at
thank you,
how cool is
Wednesday.
that?
The documentaries are entertaining. The narrative is entertaining, but once y'all over everybody TV, now we got the chance to ask questions. And there was a car behind them when she turned that corner, and yeah, I don't know who it was, but I just saw that, and it's just
Thank
That
you.
family is just they know around there. I'll tell you that much. And it's weird that they got up at 5 o'clock to leave. Like they're saying, she was demanding to leave, demanding her and Dom to leave. But Davion wanted to go with them, and she told Davion no. And then Dom told her, no, he has to come with us. It's just, y'all stop looking at little simple stories and narratives and stop sending y'all money to these people because
So what you're saying is a couple documentaries led people to think the gypsy's innocent, and a couple documentaries led us to believe that
exactly,
Michaela is guilty. I get it. I get what you're
exactly.
putting down. I see what you're
Yeah, I don't
saying.
like how, and I just watched the body cam footage of her when, not when she got arrested initially, but when she went to the grave site while she was still injured, and this kid pulled out a bat on her.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel bad for that girl, man. I'm sorry. I don't think she meant to do that.
So, have you seen her speaking on the phone to her mum in jail, where she's on about all the press she's getting from it, and she's like, "Oh, we've been seen in the
I
UK," and
mean,
she's all,
after being depressed for that long, for taking 2 lives and being in the hospital for that long, yeah, maybe she heard some good news and was like, well, it's about dang on time. She was getting harassed in that city, Strongsville. She was getting harassed, not just by girls, by men.
she
Like
sells
being followed.
pictures of
They followed
herself.
her car everywhere. She was in a wheelchair when that guy pulled a bat out.
She takes photos of herself and sells it though. Like, do you not think that's a bit gypsy behavior? Who does she think she is? She's
No,
a felon
Gypsy
in
Rose
jail.
Blanchard plotted to unalive her mom for 2 years. That girl, look, we don't have no evidence besides those little 4 seconds that they keep talking about on that black box that girl wanted to unalive that man or Davion. Like, I just don't like the net.
I
She
don't
was a
think she
kid.
wanted.
Gypsy was 23.
I don't think she wanted to unalive Davian, but I do think there was a very toxic relationship between them both.
Okay,
And
well
I
then
think,
say that because I'm
no,
starting to
hold
get
on. No,
like this. I don't think
I
that
think that
girl.
he asked his friend to come with him that night, thinking, I think she woke up pissed. Where's my fella? Got a bit jealous because, some girls are like that. Got a bit jealous, demanded it's time to go. He turns around to his friend and he's like, yeah, she's crazy, bro. You're
He
coming
could
with
have
me.
stayed there. I'm not victim shaming nobody. It's such a sad situation.
No, I
But
think
I'm
he
not
asked his
I'm
friend to
not gonna
come thinking,
yai and say that maybe she wasn't the victim in that car that night. Y'all don't
so
know. Nobody
maybe.
knows. Ain't no
Hold
evidence
on,
of
Key. Wait a minute. Damn. Let me finish my sentence, girl. He probably turned around to his friend that night and was like, come with me because she's going crazy. Like, I don't want to be on my own. Thinking, I've done that. Asked my friend to come in the taxi with me, thinking that
this
it's going
big
to
grown
chill the
behind
guy
could have
out.
stayed at the house then. What do you mean?
He could have, but he would have gone with his mate,
Y'all
thinking, all
acting
right, bro, I've got your back. That's what friends do. I've done that for my friends. My friends have done that for me. So that's how he's in the car that night, not forgetting the fact that he was actually staying with Davion.
and I do want to preface this. They were on Smugs.
They
But
were,
people keep
but
saying that. Oh,
oh
we
well,
we looked at the tox
young
how
dumb.
do you say it? The report, the autopsy report, and they weren't on any Smugs. Yes, they were. And I'm sorry, I think probably she might have been the only one. I don't know, y'all. I just
Do you
don't think
think
that
she
girl
looked
did.
depressed when she dressed up as a corpse and went to a concert a couple of weeks after she'd unalived those two boys?
A kid. What do you mean a couple of weeks? She was in the hospital for 3 months.
Well,
How could she do
when
that?
she got out, she went to a concert dressed up as a corpse. Is
As
that just really tone
no, that was
deaf?
Halloween of 2023. Hold
Oh.
on. See, y'all don't. This is what I'm saying. People watch these documentaries and
No,
just.
I've gone through all the FOIA, Ki. I've been for weeks. Kai's got the whole drive. I've not just seen a couple of clips from the body cam. I've
He
gone through the
wasn't dressed up
FOIA.
as a corpse. It was around the song that Lil
Also,
Uzi Vert song. It was around the
did you
time that
know her
Lil.
dad said she did it on purpose to the cops? That's in the FOIA. He said she did that on purpose. She
There
tried to
was a
take her
look.
own
It was
life.
a trend at the time. It was a little
I
Uber.
gotta agree with Key there. There was a trend.
Oh my
There
god.
was a trend, and yeah, it was
She's
around
a young
Halloween
kid.
time.
She just got out the hospital, finally rehabilitate, however you say it,
Rehabilitated.
herself. Exactly. And she wanted to go out and do hood red stuff with her friends. Okay. She was depressed and on medication for 3 months, beating herself up about something. I don't think that girl did that on purpose. I'm just saying.
She
On a
should do her
different
time
note,
quietly. She should
there
do
is
her time
little
quietly
people.
in jail. And remember, there's two parents grieving for their boys. She has her life and she will get out of jail one day. So she should go keep her head down, do her time, and be glad that she's going to get out and have the chance at another life, which those boys will never have. Fuck sending pictures of yourself and selling them. You ain't no celebrity. That is Gypsy
She
Rose.
did that before. She was
Yeah, but break the
She
pattern
was
then. Let
selling
Joe do his
pictures of her
time.
toes to people online.
She's got a
Uh,
chance at life. Be
and
grateful
guess
for
who
the
else
time
was
you've
selling?
got.
Guess who else was selling?
Oh, who? She sends, she sells like her face shots, right? That's what I'm saying. Like autographs, face shots, signs that shit. It's not like she's still in jail taking pictures of her feet. Like, make your money, do what you got to do. But you're not a celebrity. You've got a chance at another life. You're gonna live again.
Right. I
Like,
wish they never would have made
why?
this a documentary because I don't like even learning about situations like this. Like I wish I hate learning
It
about.
was. It's been covered before this documentary, though. There's like 3 other documentaries
That's
about
what I'm
it.
saying. Like before Netflix did it, it was another one, Mean
Yeah.
Girl or whatever.
And
I
then there's a
wish.
channel on YouTube as well, and they like get body cam footage
And
quite early
now
on.
look, it's never gonna end, just because guess what? The sisters, Divine and the big sister Unhinged, they made $110,000 the other day.
Well,
Talking about we're celebrating basketball because that was my brother's favorite sport. That's what he loved to do. Girl, your brother was slanging weight, and I ain't talking about no little weight. He was
I
out
mean,
here. And
what do you think
the
about
mama,
this law, though, that they're trying to pass that'd stop people like Gypsy Rose making money off cases like this in the future? That's something worthwhile, right?
yeah, that's a whole totally different case. That's what I'm saying. Like that needs to be exposed because everybody thought Gypsy was innocent. All of us in the beginning, thought it was self defense. But I don't think that girl intended to kill those young men that night. I really don't. Especially seeing all the stuff I just saw. I don't think so. I think they were
Well,
being followed.
I don't know. Kai's got the link to the foyer, so there's everything on there. If you want it, just ask her for it and you can go through it all in your own time. They've got like all the video cams, the body cams, the statements, everything. It's definitely worth
Yeah,
going
I know.
through.
I just watched like I'm not gonna lie. I just binge watched like 50 body cam footage videos, and I don't think that girl did that on purpose. Can't convince me. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't
Did
agree, but I
Did you
like
see the
you anyway,
video?
so.
Did you see the video of that car that was before she turned down the street and they cut to the other camera when she made that right on progress? There was a
Yeah.
car behind her. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I just saw that today. And yeah, they had a lot of money and a lot of stuff in there. And I just don't think she did it on purpose, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I respect your opinion, even if I don't agree with it. And I still think, yeah, I still like you. We can disagree on it.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll prove me wrong.
You
We'll
think
see.
she did it on purpose?
No, I don't know if it was on purpose, right? But, like her mental health, I think there's something there where in the moment she's got impulse issues. And I've got a friend who's like that. When she was with her ex-boyfriend, she was driving down the bypass going, I'll fucking crash this car in a minute, I'll kill us all. She's full-blown
Yeah,
psycho.
you know what's something else that aggravate me though?
What?
When people do like those tarot card readings or voice box read like
Oh, yeah,
that.
no, I hate that because,
And
like,
then
I think
hold on,
it's
wait.
insulting to the
So
dead.
the body cam footage of when they arrested her initially for the 2 homicides, there everyone keeps sharing this video of this whisper saying, "She killed us." Girl, that was literally the cop. Not he didn't say she killed us. I think he said something like Shrilla or something like that. But everybody sharing the video talking about they could hear Spirit saying she like that girl was whimpering in there. Y'all mean to tell me that's what y'all made it out to be? It's just I can't go with the narrative.
You hear the cops say, what was that? And I don't know, Apple Charlotte, I'm with you on that, Kate. Like when they say, oh, my teddy bear's gonna talk. Dee Dee Blanchard's gonna talk through my teddy bear. I'm like, no, the fuck she is not.
I
Let's not lie.
cannot. Yeah, I can't get down with that. I can't get
But
jiggy with that at all.
I did hear that in the clip, and Apple
Girl,
Charlotte,
that was
she like,
literally the cop putting her in the car while she was whimpering. He was out of breath. Like, just people just do too much. I don't know. Did you hear the spirit say she killed us? What?
I'm not making it anything. Bullshit. I get it. It's one of those things. I think people are going to have different opinions. The main thing for me is like, do your time, be humble. You've still got your life. And, you know, whether they were perfect or not, those boys haven't. She's going to get out. I just hope she doesn't get out and think she can, like, start selling her side of the
Agree with that. Do
story
your
and shit.
time, do your bit, shut up, don't say much.
Yeah.
But when you have a Netflix documentary and you have all these people slandering you like the whole entire world at this point, I think everyone should be able to respond. I don't feel like that's fair.
I don't know. I think whether it's fair or not, two boys no longer live their life. She was driving. That's the responsibility as a driver, fair or not, you know? You've got your life. What more do you want? Get out and go live it. Like,
Maybe she just doesn't want to be lied on. I'm not mad about that.
I think sometimes things are bigger though. I get it because I don't like being lied on too, but
I ain't never been the type to just shut up. So yeah, if I know I ain't do nothing with intention, yeah, I'm gonna say what I remember, or I don't think she remember none of that. Do you don't understand the crucial injuries that she had?
I think it's difficult though because I do understand BPD because I've got it and I understand like, you know, 10 years ago I'd have fucked myself down a flight of stairs if I needed to in the moment. That's why I had to go do a whole load of therapy. Like impulse control when you've got a mental health disorder like that's a real thing. And
She had to be in
to
therapy
prove a
too.
point,
Physical therapy. She was on meds, not just. I'm not talking pain meds. Like she was basically in zombie land for those 3 months before she was able to get in that wheelchair. I don't think that girl did that on purpose. I don't. It's something in me telling me she didn't do that on purpose.
I don't think anyone thinks of consequence when mental health
It's
is there.
unfortunate that it happened, you know? It's a
Yeah.
very sad situation.
I
2 women
don't
lost
think
their lives.
all right, what I could probably say this key is do I think she got in that car with the intention to crash into a wall? No, I don't. But do I
No.
think that she had an impulsive moment and recklessly drove that vehicle? Yes, I do. And I think in that sense, she is
Yeah, so I
guilty.
think she probably just wants that narrative to be cleared. Like she didn't.
But reckless driving is murder, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
the
it
car should
happened, but I don't think that was intent. Is all I'm saying. I don't think she did it on purpose. That's just my
and that's
opinion.
why
I
she's
feel
not
bad
got
for that young girl.
that's why she's not got life because there wasn't intent. That's why she will get out and she should thank her lucky stars. I get it, she's got injuries, you know, traumatic, no doubt. But yeah, you got your life, girl. I think
Yeah,
that's
she
what
has
I
to
would
live
say.
with that every day. Every day she has to live with that.
So she should. If someone did that to my babies, then, you know, I hope they live with it every day. If I did that to somebody, I know I would carry that every single day, and so I should.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Just feel bad for the girl. I don't know why. Can't help it.
She's a young girl, you know, I get it. She's a young
Literally
lady.
a minor with pints of lean sitting behind her in a attorney's house, smoking on a doobie. You know, kids.
Kind of on her parents, like her parents let her do all that, and they let her run around, be young, wild, and free with little to no consequence. And now she's living the very worst kind of consequence she could.
Man, I think
And
they have to live with it every day too.
good, they failed as parents. They should. Your job as a parent isn't to be a friend or to be liked; it's to bring your children up well, right? And they failed.
Everyone is human, so sometimes people fail.
Yeah, I think the law they're trying to get there about changing the law, the Son of Sam law, I think that's really good because it is quite outdated.
Ain't nobody changing no doggone law. Come on now.
But if they could, you could say that
Y'all seen that
law
lady,
got
all the money y'all got, I bet you ain't not nary of a law gonna be changed. Y'all been trying to do this for two and a half years with Gypsy. Ain't no law gonna be changed.
the law was instated in the first place, but when it was instated, there wasn't all social media to take into consideration. So it makes sense that it would need to be updated and move with the current times. Like, no, you can't go profit in the sense of making a series from it, but you could go make a social media page and get gifts and followers because you're a notorious murderer.
Princess, hold on just real quick. Princess says the boy's parents are trying. Do you know the boy's parents was just about to kick the little sister out last week?
Yes, I saw that. What was going on with that? Is she okay?
I
He
saw
said
that.
they gonna kick me out just like they kicked Davion out. Oh, and by the way,
She was so sad. She could
because
tell.
they said when that young lady Kendall fell down that flight of stairs at Dom's house, they said that Davion was only staying with him, or this is what Kai told me a couple days ago, that Davion was only staying with him. Can you hear me?
You cut out
Yeah.
just after you
Yeah,
said
we
he was
Sorry, that
only
was my
staying with
alarm.
him.
They said that Davion was only staying with Dom while the parents went out of town for vacation, and they paid the Russos to basically let him stay there while they went on vacation because he couldn't be trusted in the house. Now, when that young lady fell down that flight of stairs in 2021, the only person that was outside talking to the authorities was Davion. Davion had been staying there.
Yeah, I won't lie. Personally, just something from the documentary. Those parents did feel a little bit off. Obviously, I don't want to trash talk people who are grieving, so I'll leave it there. Something felt a little off. You can see the sister's grief is genuine, but especially the mum, like, I don't know. I
I'm
didn't
not
feel like
saying that people don't
she was
have their
helped.
right to grieve. I feel
No, I
like
know you're not,
I
Kay.
feel like that's healthy to grieve. That you got to get it out. You have to. But I'm not gonna lie. I think Mackenzie was grieving too. I don't think she did that on purpose. And now when people come out here with 50 lamb fundraisers asking for money all the time, like it just gives weird energy off. Like if people can't profit off people's unalivings,
Well,
I
do
don't
we
know.
know? Do we know what they're doing with that money yet? Like, have they said what's going to happen, or are they just divvying it up and
I know it ain't no taxes taken out on it.
Well, TikTok does tax you now. If you withdraw your money, it
No,
sends
it's
you a
not
notification.
TikTok. She did a fundraiser. Well, she did like
Oh,
3 fundraisers, and she has a GoFundMe, and
okay.
she registered them as what they call 513C or something like that. So you can't get taxes taken out.
And what has she
We
said the
getting
goal?
paid, girl. I'm telling you.
What is the goal of these fundraisers? What are they for?
The latest one is for young men who want to play basketball in her community, allegedly. The
Okay,
first
so
one,
if
the
we see
first
a
one was to
basketball,
change.
sorry, go on.
The first one was the foundation for it. The goal was $20,000, but that was for the law that we was just talking about. And the second one was the change.org one. I don't know what the goal was on that, but I know she making bank, boo.
Okay, so all right, if obviously we do see like something pop up for basketball in our area, that's amazing. I'm glad people, like, I'm sure people will be happy. I guess it's a case of like waiting and seeing what happens. If nothing comes of it, then yeah, that's like fucked up to raise money in the name of something and not action it. But right now, let's see, because I am going to say, I'm not really a fan of fundraisers, but I've just seen a guy get sent to Mexico for life-saving cancer treatment because of fundraisers on the internet. And he's got a chance at a new life. So when fundraisers are done properly, I can support them and I can get behind them. But when people are trying to scam, then obviously different
Yeah,
story.
I'm just saying I donate a lot. I
I know
have
you
no
do.
problem with donating, but um this uh, this not giving purpose, just giving petty, in my opinion.
Well, just like with the cowboy bear shit, time will tell. Maybe I'm gonna have to turn around and say, sorry, Key, you was right. Again.
Yep.
But maybe
I'm
not.
with you,
We'll
Jess. I
see.
think that, yeah.
We will see what happens. I think she's gonna get out and try and make as much money as she can and keep wild.
Yeah,
I think
I agree. I
I
think she's
hope
gonna
not.
walk here.
I hope I don't want her to profit off of these two unalivings. But I also don't think that it's proper for the family, this mob family, to be profiting with several foundations at a bar, at a bar. Child, girl, don't pick, girl. Like, what is going on?
What mob
She could have did
family?
that.
Who's the mob?
The Russo family,
They're a
allegedly the
mob?
Russo
allegedly,
family.
for bald head purposes
Yeah,
only.
allegedly.
I
Never
don't
heard
F
of
with the mob.
that.
No, hell no.
Girl, I'm just saying, she could have did that at the Boys and Girls Club. Girl, you ain't have to go to no doggone bar and just sit up there and collect all that money, all those supplies. And then the girl, what's the girl name? The other, is it the cousin? Becky. Yeah, up there, drunk as toe up out the frame. Just, I don't know. If you want to collect donations for young basketball players, you could have did that at a summer camp, maybe a elementary school or middle school. Oh, why was you at the bar?
That was recently,
Yeah.
not that long ago, right? That happened, right? That
Last week.
fundraiser.
That was last week. That's her third
Because
fundraiser.
wasn't there like 2 or 3 girls on the camera? I remember them shading true crime with Nicole. They were like throwing shade at her.
Yes, the girl with the glasses. That's
Oh,
Becky.
I heard about this. Yeah.
Just like it's not giving purpose. It's giving petty. Like, and now they are into it with a whole bunch of content creators because people been calling them out. So they just like, budget, I guess. I don't know, but they making a lot of bread, man. And let me tell y'all something. Them boys ain't have headstones for about a good year and a half.
Wow. Hi, Maria. Thank you.
Hey, Maria. I don't know how it works in the States, but I think it took like 6 months for my friend's headstone to be commissioned because it was like, so his brother died first and it had already been carved into. Then they took that headstone away and carved Richard's name as well and then put it back. That took like 6 months, but I don't know how
No,
long.
Jess, no. Them boys ain't had no. Davian got his first before Dominic even got his. But they had a whole bunch of flowers and, stuff out there, like pictures and stuff, from their friends. Because it is a very sad situation. And I don't had bought a couple headstones, but I just,
Yeah.
a year and a half, like, while y'all producing documentaries and stuff, like, what?
Yeah, I get that point. That's fair. Lala says it can take over a year plus backlog from COVID. I don't know. I don't know how it works for you guys.
It
I
took a
know.
long time for my grandparents to get theirs. I know that.
I think
Yeah,
here,
I don't
like,
know.
they take a couple months to make, but the money,
Hmm.
I'm just saying, like, they was doing documentaries back then.
Hey,
Netflix
Cece, thank you.
ain't the
yeah, I
first
was going
one
to
to
say the
do it.
main delay here would be whilst people were waiting to pay for a headstone. Like, not everybody could afford one outright when they've just paid for a funeral. But yeah, if they've got the money and stuff, because they're doing the
It
documentaries
does
and
take a
everything.
lot to bury people, so I ain't judging. I'm just saying, I don't know. I just don't think that girl did that on purpose, y'all. And if
It's
you
one of
look at,
those things, though, isn't it? It's never ever going to come out. And I think that's the frustrating thing with true crime. Like, as much as we can sit and wonder and guess and like try to put the pieces together, we will never get the actual story that happened that night.
tell you one thing, you ain't gonna get it from no documentary.
No, never. Whenever I see a documentary, I always want to go and like. I was the one who went looking for the foyer on this, so I was like, no, I need to see the documentaries. Especially since Gypsy, all the documentaries about her. It's kind of ruined true crime documentaries for me because whenever I watch them, I'm like, all right, where's the rest of the story now? Like, you've given us a tiny piece of it. Where's the rest? Because you see how biased they can be and how they twist the story. So I agree with that.
I'm gonna get down. I'm feeling really tired. So I'm gonna
Okay.
take a nap. I
It
love you.
wins. Love
Bye,
you.
ladies.
Bye.
Bye, Lizzie.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think she got in the car and decided to go drive into a wall. I think it was an impulse situation. Um, I don't know.
So, Key, do you think
But
it was an impulse situation, or do you think like she genuinely lost control of the car?
I don't know. All I think is that I don't think she ran into that building on purpose. I don't know what happened in that car. I just saw other camera footage that was farther off to the right of a car following them. So, like I'm not trying to blame, you know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
victim shaming the guys, but I'm also maybe we don't know if she was a victim or not. We don't
yeah.
know.
Well, Cajun, the thing is, apparently her drug test came back clear, and apparently she wasn't even able to smoke at that time because she suffers from that illness, like where the green stuff makes you really sick.
Mhm.
So she was having to lay off that for a while.
Thank you, Auntie Ivory, because everyone is just they look at the documentaries and they're just set on whatever is presented by Netflix. If that's the case, we would have never found out that Ruby sent that text to Nick saying this issue's going down tonight. No, once people present themselves like that, people have every right to look into what actually happened. And yeah, I think they were being chased, or either Davion and Dominic was fighting in that car.
Mm, could be,
Well,
but
I respect your lady's point of view, as always.
mhm.
I'm not defending her. I'm just being logical. Y'all acting like I'm gonna change my name to Mackenzie Shrilla's #1 fan. I'm just being logical about it. I feel
Oh
bad.
no. I know you're not
No,
going to.
somebody
You're not
just
all
said
that.
that. Like, I'm not defending her. I'm just being realistic. I do not think that girl did that on purpose.
So,
Period.
what do you think about? Did you see all this weird language that her and her mum use? That communication. What's your point of view on that? Like
Yeah,
both
my
you
sister.
and
Hold on.
Ivory.
Let me tell you something. My sister Kim, not Big Niche, not the one that be coming up here. Her and her daughters, my nieces that always be calling me all the time. They speak pig Latin. Not the one that they speak. I don't know, but they since they were babies, my sister not taught them that, but she would speak it around them. So they learned it. I still don't understand them when they talk it.
Okay,
It's
it's not
just
something.
it's just a way to code switch, in my opinion. And I'm not ever saying that Mackenzie is innocent. Like she wasn't around a lot of bad situations, and the Shrillas didn't know about it. I'm just going back to the crime that she's been convicted of. I don't think she did that on purpose. There was a lot of crime going on around them. Nah. Man, we going back to the 90s. It was a lot.
I think we're kind of like on the same page, but not on the same page. Like, I don't think that she got in that car that night and was like, I'm gonna crash this car into a wall and take both these boys' lives. I don't. I think she was upset, emotional, maybe having some disagreement in the car.
She might have been. I'm just saying, I don't think it was done with the intent. That's my only point. We don't know what happened in that car. She don't even know what happened in that car. And
And
the
how
other
can a
two,
teenage girl have full understanding of repercussions and things like that? So,
and look, when you live in that kind of lifestyle, you got that kind of stuff on you, and you got that much cash on you. Sometimes you floor it. I ain't saying she meant to unalive them, but there's so many possibilities. Just
Yeah, I can agree with you there. There's a lot of possibilities as to what could have happened.
I don't know. I was just looking at the other body cam footage, and when she got detained and they made her go inside the booking area, you could tell like that girl. I mean, I don't.
I get what you're saying there, because when she goes in, she looks terrified. She looks young. She looks like a baby,
She
and
is
she
a
looks
baby. She was a
pale.
baby, and guess who knew she was a baby? Christine Russo, the mother, not the sister.
She looks pale as anything, and
Y'all
I
gotta see
agree
them
with you
videos
there.
of Christine Russo driving while all the kids in the back. Y'all say the Shrillas want to be cool parents. Uh, the Russos, not the dad, but the mom did too. Driving, the kids in the back taking shots. Everybody in the car was a minor, taking shots, smoking blunts. Like, I mean, I think it was a sad situation, and parenting needs to be better.
Yeah,
But I don't think that girl meant to unalive those boys. I really don't.
yeah. I
And we
think it's.
talking about an attorney. Like, what? Girl,
I
you a
don't
whole
know.
lawyer out here, and you
I
got
don't feel.
minors with 6 pints of codeine. Girl.
I don't feel like the footage of the mum finding out should have been shared on TikTok, because it was really, really fucking upsetting, and that's a mother's pain. That should have stayed private for her.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But you got to understand, when you do documentary after documentary, people who are in the true crime community, they're going to foil that ish. They're going to find out what really happened.
Well, like I said, I watched the documentary. The first thing I did was go on Reddit, start looking where I could find the foyers. So, I went looking for that shit. I don't know why I didn't expect to see it. I should have expected to see it. And
You
nobody
can't
made
come
me
up
watch
here
either.
telling your side of the story and then expecting, the true crime community to support you and help you with fundraisers and get laws changed and all that, and not expect that there's somebody in the cut gonna be like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell, like, you just have to expect that. That's what everyone did to Gypsy.
Yeah. And like somebody said in the chat, they didn't even know what a FOIA was till Gypsy. I didn't either. I only just found out we can FOIA shit in the UK as well. Like, I didn't think we could do all that, but we can. And now obviously that's going to be a lot more popular going forwards in true crime because of that. All the stuff we've seen about Gypsy we would never have seen before.
And Gypsy done had her run. She done made her funds. But Big Sister Unhinged, who allegedly for bald head purposes only, wasn't even talking to her brother when that happened. Oh yeah, she's on a good run right now. But I ain't telling nobody what to do with their money. And I ain't victim blaming or shaming or nothing like that.
I hope the
I'm
money
just
goes
saying.
to good causes. It goes where people thought that it was going to go. And I hope that she does make a positive change, or, you know, at least gives it a very best shot. From what I've seen of her, I like her. I think she seems genuine. But I will be honest, I've not watched or listened to much of that case for the last couple of weeks.
Wait, you said the sister seemed genuine?
But bear in mind, when I say that, Key, I only watched like her first 3 lives. So I've not watched anything of her since then.
Girl, you gotta catch up. I'm sorry.
I probably
Love
do.
you
It's
down
probably
below,
good to
but
get the fuck out of
I'm
the universe for a
sorry.
bit.
If you wanted to raise money for basketball players, kids, you could have did that at Boys and Girls Club, girl. You ain't have to go to no bar. I don't know. It's not giving genuine, in my opinion, but I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, you know. She didn't care about them kids when she had never mind.
I'll catch up and get back to you on this, okay? I'll let you know if I still feel the same. What do you mean? The day stuff Dom was doing for the mum? What? I'm gonna need Kais to explain this to me.
And that's another point I got, y'all. If you're gonna ask for hundreds of thousands of dollars, tell the truth. It is so sad what happened to those boys that night. No one deserves what happened that night. But if you're gonna come out here and make it seem like your brother was this all-star ball player, never in trouble, girl, now you know doggone well. You know doggone well. I'm just saying, be transparent about it. That boy was the plug. Do you hear me? Had the cops shook.
I don't know why that really matters, though. Like, obviously I need to catch up, right? This stuff I'm probably not seeing. But, like, he sold
Just look
drugs.
at
He smoked
the body
them.
cam footage. Even that bald guy that they had brought out. I think he came from Cleveland over there to Strongsville. If you pay attention to when the Flanagans went into their interrogation, they said, "Yeah, we sent him over there to stay with Dominic, but we didn't know he was a dealer or anything." Girl, everybody in that town knew. Girl.
Yeah. I don't know.
They knew who to call, and it wasn't just him. Allegedly, I don't know this for a fact yet. Allegedly, it was it. I don't know.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
My voice is still
Yeah.
messed up from surgery, but there's a lady on here, and I can send y'all her name later. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. She uncovered a connection with the DEA Drug Task Force that was doing a search on one of Dom's friends, and it connected back to Dom. Mom knew it, and it's all got hid in Mackenzie's case. And
You know what else I heard?
Mom was,
What's your name, CC?
yeah,
CC. So there was do y'all remember, I don't know if y'all saw all this, but there was a cop cruiser set on fire while they were breaking the news to Christine. So this is just a theory I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was a big cover up that happened around the same time of the crash. I don't know if that's true. I just something I heard.
and supposedly for educational purposes only here, his mom had applied for some kind of zoning thing for a business that she created that was botanical. The address given was her law firm. There's no greenhouses on her lawn.
Yep, I seen that. How much was it? 100K.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they haven't been able to find anything greenhouse related.
And it was from a minor, by the way.
And Mom knew what he was doing. Mom would not allow them to have his cell phone. She said she would give them information she thought was pertinent to the case, but they would not have access to the phone because the phone was from her law firm. He was not a lawyer, sorry. He shouldn't have any information from her law firm on there since he was not an employee. So his phone should have been surrendered, just like Mackenzie's and just like Davion's, period, point blank. There's more to it, and this lady, she has the documents.
Y'all got to find out her maiden name. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, she's related to a big drug lord or a gangster.
Allegedly, yeah. Her maiden name.
Allegedly, a gangster.
I think it's, how do you say it? Agnelia or something like that.
Yeah.
No one is saying what happened to her son is okay, but man, that family ran that town, period.
Now, when I first watched all the documentaries, she was where she needed to be 100%. She didn't get enough time. But after I've seen these documents that this one girl has gotten and she's explained the braking system, the black box, all the different things related to the car. She's shown different videos. There was a car Key was talking about, and if it's the same car you're talking about, when the wreck happened, the car turned left and kept going.
Yes, it was. I know it was a 4-door sedan. It might have been black. Yeah, it might have been black. But if on the documentary, what I was trying to explain to them, CC, is the traffic camera was shifted towards the left, so you couldn't really see the car that was behind them at 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
In that turn behind, yeah, you couldn't see it. But if once all these people pulled out all these documents, yeah, I don't know if they were being chased or followed or whatever, but it was definitely a car behind them.
Supposedly, there was a DEA task force involved, Naughty, and when all of this happened, they found a loophole in the way they filed the case that they could hide that because they were still going after somebody. I can't remember his name, but he was already, this guy that they were particularly looking into was already in jail. He released his
Blair? Are you talking about Blair?
I think it was Thomas Ellis.
Paul.
Thomas Ellis, maybe, I think. For educational purposes only, I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. I'll have to go back and watch her videos again. But she gives the name of this person. He released his phone to Dom's mom, and she gave the phone to Dom to continue doing his work. And the drug task force was heavily watching them and building a case on him, which was going to include Dom, because we know what Dom was doing. And this girl has got so much more information that hasn't been shown. She goes into great detail. And I was hardcore about Mackenzie needing more time, but now I think she needs a retrial in a different county. She needs a better attorney.
You know how
She
when they
needs
asked Mackenzie, when the
yes.
judge and Judge Russo, by the way, asked Mackenzie if she wanted to say anything, do you know how much she could have said in that courtroom?
Right.
Man,
It
whole
may have
family would have
been,
been, man, but maybe not. But I don't know. She could have said so much. Like, I don't think that girl was intending to hurt those families or those boys.
and
She could have
one of
said
my
so much.
One of my biggest things was the medical records. I wanted to see some medical documentation. This girl has medical documentation showing Mackenzie did have POTS and did have a history of seizures. And that was one of the things I wanted to see.
Lala, you know why I think she didn't say what she could have said? Is because she still has a family that lives a couple houses down from them. I think she was trying to protect, all she had left out there. But she could have got real messy in there, and she could have took the stand.
She could have. And I feel like she was misled into taking what she did as far as the bench trial went. She should have took that on to a trial. I don't think she would have got sentence that she got.
But considering that family and how everyone knows them, maybe her parents were just iffy about it, like
it should have been moved.
Her mom was
jurisdiction.
telling her one thing, her dad was telling her another thing.
Mhm.
She could have let it all out, but she wasn't no rat. And I'm sorry to say this, y'all. Y'all can knock my head all between the washer and dryer. Neither was Rosie Graham. Because when you partaking in things that you should be partaking in, and a freak accident happens, yeah, most people ain't gonna want to talk to the police.
I just think that they've withheld a lot of information, and I think sister coming out is trying to cover for the mom and the family business that they had going on.
The sister is trying to make money, and she has. So
She's trying to
we
make
gonna let her run her coins for now, but it
but
don't last for long.
she's trying to deflect from that case that got tied into Mackenzie's on the loophole, and I just, so much more needs to be looked into, and it needs to be tried in a totally different area. Change of venue, new lawyers, one that does not know his mom. I think his mom.
And they all. This is what I said about Mike Scamfield and Dan Patterson and the judge. All that. Yes, of course, in the court of law, especially if the media is covering it, yes, these people are going to defend their client. They're getting paid. Y'all don't think these people go out to lunch later on, go out to dinner, have contact with each other? That they're in the same field. They do the same thing.
And I don't think Mike Stansfield should have been allowed to pull medical records that he felt were not pertinent to the case. He became defense and prosecution, and the prosecutor should have done his job and said, no, I want it all. My opinion on gypsy stuff. But that's neither here nor there. I wasn't there.
That was the case of his life. And I think that was...
That's the biggest...
That was his most... Yeah.
That's the biggest thing he's ever going to have in his life is, I got Gypsy Rose's sweetheart deal.
Yeah. But yeah, I find it funny that the judge had the same last name. A cop cruiser's vehicle was on fire the next morning, or actually that morning, because they wrecked at 5:30 allegedly. It was a lot going on in that town, and I'm sorry for those young men that lost their lives. It's just a sad situation. It really is. But I stand
How
on
long
that,
has she
Donna. I
fought
don't
that?
think that girl did that on purpose, man. I don't.
I'll
What?
post I'll
What?
post one of the girls' videos on my account if you're able to see it. My account's public, but if you're able to see it, she has a tattoo on her neck and she's very passionate about it, and she's actually gotten some threats from some people about what she's spitting out because she's speaking the truth.
Oh, and
Um,
Cece, did you see when they were before Angelo came back from Florida? They was interviewing Christine, not the sister, the mom, and she was like, "I don't understand why one of them didn't just punch her in the face or punch her in the head or." Girl, that's what we all been saying. I,
exactly.
the girl weighed 90 pounds soaking wet.
Why could they have not overtaken her? They were football players. They could have stopped her.
Football and basketball players. Even the mom said that in her interrogation.
They could have stopped.
She know, look, everybody in that town know what happened that night, even the police. Just like Idaho 4, everybody on that block on King Road know what happened that night. But people just, documentaries mean more.
But I'll go back and I'll post one of her videos because she breaks it down. She changed
Hey,
my mind. She changed my view completely
you
on this.
know, Kai's been one of the first people in this community to have her hands on the FOIA documents, and her and Bird and Random have been going over them for like the last 2 months at least. Like, not everybody's just looking at the documentaries and stuff and taking it from that. I think it's just a matter of everybody is taking different things from the FOIAs and having a difference of opinion. And obviously, somewhere in the middle is going to be the truth.
I was the
But
same way when I saw the documentary. I was like, dang, that's crazy. She would do that to them boys. But people.
maybe
I started
we're
seeing
go-
people.
we
Sorry.
could be going in with like confirmation bias. We've watched the documentary and we already think a type of way. So we're reading those documents with already having an opinion. Whereas, maybe you're reading them with more of an open mind than what I am. But there's definitely things in those documents that make me wonder, just like about you're saying about their character in the family and stuff. There's stuff in there that makes me wonder about her character and her
Yeah.
family and her
You know
morals.
what
And
Angelo said in his interrogation when he got back from Florida? He said that when she was young, she was put on some antidepressants. I don't know if this is fact or not. This is what Dominic's brother said. Christine Russo, the mom, was right there during the interview, but she was put on antidepressants, and he said that she told him that they make her feel worse. So she got off of them, and he said his brother and her would just, go back and forth. He said he never had actual visualization of them hitting each other. But when the trial started, they played that clip of her saying, like, if you don't open the door, it's going to get crazy or something like that. She didn't break no window or nothing because I would have broke that damn window. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
I know when my ex would get mad at me, he broke a literal bedroom door down, broke his slap in half off the hinges and everything to get to me. So, it people do crazy things.
I'm not condoning domestic
Oh,
violence.
I
I'm
know
just
you're
saying when
not.
I was pregnant,
I'm
I
just
broke two
saying.
windows with my bare hand.
I'm just saying if he want, if she was going to do something, she could have done it because it happens. It happens every day. People break stuff when they're mad. People do that kind of stuff. So I don't know, but that the information I've seen totally changed my view on this case.
I think you should put the link in the chat and everything because these documentaries, they don't be helping at all.
There was one time I was starting to wonder, right, and I started to look at the other side of things, and the lady I started watching was someone called Stephanie Esk, and um, she actually made a couple of videos about Gypsy and then like the Gypsy community. I started watching a couple of her lives and listening to what she's about, and she's actually one of the most vile people I've ever heard on the internet. And I don't say that often or lightly. She is nasty. And just hearing the way she spoke to people who had questions about the case or disagreed, she completely shut them down. Then I came across this other woman who was saying it's completely impossible to have a POTS episode whilst you're sitting down.
I think that was they were trying to make that her defense, Jess. But
I know, but the way
look
she was
into it, the
speaking,
video footage is really bad.
but the
But
way she was, what I'm trying to say though, Key, is the way she was speaking to a chat and people who disagreed with her again was really rancid. And people who suffered with POTS were going on a panel and telling her she's wrong. And then she's yelling at people like, yo, you're wrong. Go start your own life, and shaming people. So the few people I did try to listen to who had a different opinion of me just come across as really nasty people. So I just couldn't, like, from then on, I stopped listening to the other side of things and other people's opinions. And I've just stuck with my own because I tried to look into it. But maybe you guys have found some better creators who explain things differently. I don't know. I'm willing to look.
I'll tell you
always.
what I saw earlier today, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, I was crying because I felt so bad about when I saw her getting booked and everything. There was a video that they made 16 days before the incident, and it was basically like, this is me before the shrooms, trying to speak well here. And it was like, it was Rosie, Kenzie, Dom, Davion, I think his name is Paul, or is it Logan, maybe? Whoever Rosie's husband is or boyfriend. And this was 16 days before they got into that incident. So it was like them sitting down saying, how do you feel after 5 minutes of taking the stuff? And they asked Dom when he sat down, if you could unalive anyone in this room, who would it be? he pointed to Davion. It was Landon. Yeah, Landon. And I don't think he would actually do that on purpose. I think they were tight, but I think them boys was fighting in that car that night, y'all. Either they were getting chased or they was fighting in that car. And maybe Kenzie was trying to break it up. Who knows? We don't know, but I don't think she did that on purpose.
Okay, I went on my other device, and hang on just a second. My daughter needs something. Hold on.
I'm going to drop because I need to charge this phone, but I'll catch up with you all later. Bye, guys.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. Random, I thought he did. Wait, he didn't point to him? Or he just looked at him?
Okay, the creator is beyond the verdict. I can play this clip I've got pulled up if y'all want me to. It's about the cell phone that got released from William Ellis, if y'all want me to play it.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. He didn't point. He just looked over.
Do y'all want me to play this clip? Okay.
You all remember the recording played at the trial? Who exactly is William Ellis in the Mackenzie Shula case, and why is his cell phone the smoking gun of this entire cover-up? Well, let's unmask the primary target of that federal DEA dragnet. You all remember the recording played at the trial? The one where you hear Mackenzie yelling that she's going to key the car if she isn't let into the house? The state used that audio to paint her as a malicious, calculated monster. But what they never told you is whose phone recorded it. That audio came out directly from the cell phone of William Ellis. At that time, William Ellis was incarcerated. While behind bars, he gave his attorney, Christine Russo, explicit permission to go into police property and retrieve his phone. But because Christine was recovering from a surgery, she sent her son, Dominic Russo, to pick it up instead. That federal target's phone stayed in Dominic's possession until William Ellis was finally released. But why did Dominic have full unlocked access to William's phone? Why was a 20-year-old holding the digital keys to a major trafficking operation? Because the business couldn't stop. William Ellis's customers still needed their supply. Dominic still needed to move the product. And Christine Russo's family empire still needed to keep bringing in
Hold on,
cash.
Cece, really quick. Coco, I think random chick is trying to come up.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Random, get up here. Random. Hello.
Hey, random.
Energy teacup.
Hey, bud.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I just came up because this beyond the verdict with Nate. Let's I just want to speak on that for a second.
Okay.
So if you look back at her videos, you'll see that she puts out these big bold claims and states them as fact, and it makes it feel to the audience like she's seen some document that confirms what she's saying, because she wouldn't say it like that if she hadn't. But the truth is she hadn't, because if you go on into her newer videos, you'll see where those previous big claims, they just fall to the wayside. And then there's a new big claim that replaces it and contradicts what that first big claim was. So she's one of the ones that I stopped finally watching all these videos, because since I had dove so deep into this case, I would see stuff and I would like correct it in the chat, in the comment section. You know, like I would post the actual receipts for what, contradicted the claim, what made it out and out loud, whatever. And she's the one creator that I had lots of creators actually that would see my comments and message me and say, well, do you have proof of, that's wrong? Like what you're saying is right. I said, sure. And I'd send it to them and they would appreciate that. And so some of them message me even now, asking me about stuff, like, even though they're on
Random.
opposite sides.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you think happened in that car that night?
So what my personal opinion is, based on everything I've seen, is I don't think that I think it was a stretch to say like she was scoping out the place or whatever. To be honest, I didn't watch the whole documentary, so I don't even know what all their claims were. I looked at this case on my own, like outside of that. But what it seems like to me is that she got really pissed in the car, like it was a decision that she made impulsively. And I don't think it was like, I think it was like, you hear someone say like, which I don't think this is right, but people have said it like, I'll wreck this car and unalive both of us. I think it was like that, because she had a lot of emotional regulation issues. Like she was diagnosed with DMDD. That disorder in itself is completely based on emotional dysregulation. And I think she just snapped, honestly. And people can say, this might have happened or that happened. But my question is, how does somebody put their foot, and I don't mean like it was just on the gas, I mean foot to floorboard, and they can say, oh, well, we only have 5 seconds of data. Well, that's true. We do only have 5 seconds of EDR data, but we also have surveillance that showed she was already, before that system was triggered, she was already going, I think it was averaged at like 97 point something miles per hour. Like she was gaining speed. She pulled onto this road, very controlled, going the normal speed limit, starts out that way, and then all of a sudden it's foot to floorboard. So it's like,
what I mean, I don't even know how you can argue that that's not intentional. Like, what other reason do you have? To be honest, I'm 45 years old. I've never in my life 100% depressed the gas pedal, like all the way to the floorboard. Sure, I've driven fast, not 100 miles an hour, but I have driven pretty damn fast, close to it probably on highways or interstates. But I've never ever put my foot to my floorboard. That
So,
is
can I
intentional.
tell you what
Like,
I saw earlier today, random?
yeah, go ahead.
This is the first time I've ever seen it. It was a car following, not following, but in the same route as them. I guess you could say that.
The one that came past the crash like 3 minutes later on surveillance,
No,
it
they were
looks like.
right behind them, but you can't see the car because the camera footage is altered in a way. Like it's shifted to the left. So you can only see Mackenzie driving from all the other footage I've saw. But today I saw there was this, I think I know it's a four-door sedan, and it was right behind them. And I,
What did the footage look like? Like, so I can try to figure
it
out like
was
what
not
was.
before, it was right. It was like when she turned down Progress. I think it's called, is
So
it?
off the main, yeah, so off Pearl Road,
Yeah.
off the main road. Okay.
Yes. I mean, I could send it to
I'll
you.
have
I
to
don't
look at
really
it
do
again. Yeah.
DM stuff, but I could try to send it if
If
you're
they
willing
left
to look at it.
Just
But
send it
yeah,
to me,
there was
Key.
a
I
car
promise you
behind.
not to message you back.
Huh?
I said, just send it to me, Key, and I promise I won't message you back.
and the
Okay.
car makes a left turn, if I
Yes,
remember right.
like right behind them,
Yeah, it was
and
like
then I
that.
was looking at.
The wreck
uh
happened. Turns left.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like just putting it all together after people have come out with their information and got their FOIAs and everything. And I know Bird and Kai told me that you got all their stuff, like the autopsy reports and everything. But
Yeah, I got a little
16,
bit more than what everybody else has. Not, I mean, I don't know how you quantify it, but I mean, I guess a lot more. I mean,
I just wanted to ask you because they were saying like in their tissue, their muscles and scar tissues, they ran tests on all that and it didn't have any drugs in it. But
it had
16 days
THC
before,
in it.
yeah, they said that too. I don't count that as what I'm talking about. But
Okay, okay.
16 days before the accident, there's footage of them all taking rugs. So do you think that goes out of like your scar tissue and your muscles and everything in 16 days?
Yeah,
They could have poured hair
actually they
follicles.
didn't. Okay, but okay, so they did not test their skin tissue and stuff. They tested, I could pull it up. It specifies though, like blood from different, so like from the heart, um, but it's all of it is red stuff that they tested. They
They didn't do hair follicles.
no, it was all the toxicology was based on blood. Yeah, so I don't really know how long it takes to come out of your tissues and stuff, but we don't really have an answer for whether it was in there or not because so like on the toxicology, the way it lists that, like it'll say like this test, and then to the right of that, it'll say like um, you know, wherever the blood is from, like interior blood or like, and it'll spec so you know exactly how that test or what that test was performed with, and all of it was blood. Different part, I mean, different blood from different places, but all of it was blood.
Okay, I was just asking. Lala, I want you to finish what you were saying about beyond the verdict.
Well, I was just saying that, I can't take people seriously when, um, you post big claims about something, and then when somebody comes to refute that with evidence, uh, you just pivot to another big theory, like that's completely contradictive of what the last two theories were. So, or I can just off the top of my head remember a video where she made this big bold claim about these cell phone videos, the one she's talking about in this video about William Ellis, and how they they changed up this because the metadata shows January 21st. And I was just thinking, what is she talking about? And I was looking at the screen and I'm like, that looks like the evidence picture, but maybe like is she seeing something that's not in the frame in the video that is on there? So I went back to the documents, to the evidence and looked, and it wasn't what she said at all. So I said in the comment, and I put a screenshot of the evidence picture, and I said, it says July 21st, clear as day. Like it's just, there's just too many things like that were just like, as I'm listening to the video, I'd be like, that's not true. And I would go back and fact check myself because I don't know, I'm just a nerdy person like that. I just like to research stuff. But, and there was no like, sorry, I was wrong or none of that. It would just go on to the next big bold claim. And to the people, when I'd read the comments, um, even when I would see like verifiable untruths, people were just hooked. I mean, it's soaking it all up as if it were fact. And she eventually blocked me because she didn't like that I kept responding. Even though I was respectful, I never said anything disrespectful. I just stick to the facts in the comments. And I got blocked for it.
Do you have any of that information posted on yours?
No, I mean, I didn't. You mean like,
Like, did you make
um,
any content on it or anything? Because I'd like to see it too, because, you know, my opinion was swayed a lot from what I've seen. And if there's other
well,
things that are disputing what she's saying, I want to see that too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like, I mean, it depends
I
on how
don't want
much
to
you
go
want to,
blind.
some people just want to watch TikTok videos or documentaries, but if you want to, like, if you have the time or desire to do like a lot of reading, I can send you a Google Drive link with the trial transcript because I think people also take, so the documents that everybody else is operating on were FOIA requested documents that the city police department released. So, during an investigation, you ask everything, everything's got to be admitted into evidence. Like the person being accused has to have access to every single time you so much as jotted a note about this case. People look at that and they think this is what they use to accuse her. Like this, that, like every piece of what we're seeing, they use that to make her. No, not true. If you read the trial transcripts, what they submitted into evidence was obviously not the bulk of what the police department collected. They used in trial only what they could substantiate, with the exception of they did let some testimony come in uh, about what people witnessed Mackenzie do or say. But when the verdict came down, like when the closing arguments happened, none of that stuff was needed for the actual verdict. None of that stuff was needed to make the case because they made it in plenty of other ways with other evidence. So, you just can't look at like, whatever, like Detective so and so said this 2 months before the trial or 2 months before after her arrest, and that's not true. Well, maybe he found out that wasn't true and did not use that, like did not testify to that. But you don't know unless you read the trial to see what the actual crux of the case was. So people get on TikTok and say, she didn't get a fair trial, blah, blah, blah. They lied on her, this, that, and the other. But I think if you read the trial transcripts, it tells a different story.
Well, if you don't mind, send me that. I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna follow you so you can send it to me. Um,
Okay.
I just when it first happened, they did the right thing. Then I started seeing this person and a couple of other people with their information. And I was like, well, maybe they did get it wrong. Maybe, you know, she should have got a lesser charge. But I still feel 100% it shouldn't have happened in that county. It should have been moved.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's okay that people feel that way, but here's the problem. Um, People think that a change of venue is just like, oh, well, so and so knows the judge from church. Um, and it's not like if they move the venue every time a, an attorney that practiced law in that county, they would be moving venues all the time. Like you have to, first of all, it was Mackenzie's job to even request that, but it wasn't requested, and that's because you have to prove the bias. So you have to prove that, let's just say, like in this case, you would have to say, well, Christine Russo plays pickleball with the judge every Wednesday at this park. And I have evidence that they go out to dinner. They have a regular lunch or dinner date afterwards every single Wednesday night. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to prove there's actually a connection,
You
not
also
just
have
that
to
someone
you
knows
also
somebody.
you also have to prove there was motive for two homicides, and they can't.
Well, that was proven. I mean, that was proven.
Because she got
Uh,
the way she did.
I mean, her motive, what they used to prove motive was whether people want to believe it or not, the relationship was tumultuous. Now, people can
Yeah.
argue that they were both toxic. Sure, that is true. They both were toxic, but only one of them took the other one's life. So nobody ever said that Dom was not toxic too. Now, people on TikTok may say that. I've never disputed that, and nobody in court ever disputed that. But if you take someone's life after all the toxicity that went on, all the fighting and blaming and this, and then yeah, you're going to be held to those words, whether it's a text, whether it's a video, like that stuff matters when you subsequently took their life. It doesn't
Right.
mean that she was the only one who was toxic or the only one who did, you could say they both did each other dirty. Sure, that's true. And if it would have just ended at treating each other like shit, then nobody would be talking about this right now. But we're talking about it because it ended in someone's life being taken.
Right. But it's
Yeah,
different.
somehow, I don't know. I just think that people
I
are,
I agree, but vehicular manslaughter, I just don't think she meant to do it. That was all I was
well,
trying to say.
vehicular manslaughter would not fly ever. I mean, she could get in 10 new trials, and the reason it wouldn't fly is because vehicular manslaughter indicates that there was an accident. It's not accidental for you to put your foot to the floorboard. Now, sure,
You don't
people have
know
made the
that though.
argument
How do
that
you know that? How do you know it wasn't accident? How do you know?
because if
No one knows.
if you got in your car right now and you put your foot to the floorboard, wouldn't you have to intentionally do that? Could you do that without knowing it or without realizing?
I
No,
get
you have to
what your
have the intention because you have to make the effort
I get what
to.
your point is. I'm just saying.
But yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. People make a lot of good points, like about the circumstantial evidence. Like sure, you can dispute some of that with other opinions or ulterior, other theories. But the fact that nobody will ever be able to overcome is that it takes intention and effort to put your foot to the floorboard. It just does. And that's just not debatable.
mm, Well, I ain't trying to argue about it. Or debate about it. I just
No, I
saw
mean, I'm not trying to argue
some
with you, Key.
footage.
I'm just telling you, like, you're
I
giving
just
your
saw
opinion. I'm just
footage
giving you
of
mine.
like other situations that happened, and I I think it was a reckless incident. I saw that car that was behind them. I don't know what they were behind them for. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure none of us will ever know unless, truth always comes out. I just
Yeah.
don't think that that girl intended to put her foot to the floorboard and kill those men
Yeah, and
at
that's
all.
okay. That's your opinion. Like, I'm not, to me, this is not like an argument, like, I love you, and I
I
just,
love you too.
we're
I'm,
just
I'm just saying,
having a conversation, like,
I feel like
you
I'm
feel one
repeating
way, and I'm
myself
just
over and
making my
over again
argument.
over it because I don't know. I try to see both sides of the aisle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I all I did was listen to, like, people told me to go watch it, and I watched it, and I'm like, this murderous heifer. Ooh, uh, the big house.
Yeah,
And
I was
then once all
one.
the information got FOIA'd and all the body cam footage and all that, I'm like, oh, this, I don't know now.
Yeah, no, and it's okay for you to have a different opinion than me. You're just, telling me what your opinion's based on. I'm just telling you what my opinion's based on.
And I switched mine up based on a conversation I had with somebody that does know the family, and the information from this creator and a couple of other creators. My opinion got switched,
Yeah,
but
and all the opinions combined
I
together,
would
it could come out like the
I
truth
would
could
really
come out.
really like to see what you have to see, so I can look at that and draw another
Yeah.
conclusion.
I'll
You
send you a
know,
link for the trial, and then you can just read over it and see what you think based
I
on
was
that,
talking to
And
Kai the
it's,
other day, random, and she was saying that the Smugs was found on Kinsey when I just watched the body cam footage of the cops finding it in the vehicle after Kinsey
that
was
was a
taken
different
out.
one. So that was marijuana that was found in the vehicle. So she didn't get charged for that because it wasn't found on her. She only got charged with what they found on her in the ambulance. And if anybody, well, Paulina in the chat, I've already sent this to her because she was under the impression we were talking about it one day, but um, I can send you the unredacted where you can actually see where they find it, and
I saw
you
it.
can see that.
Not unredacted. They blurred everything out, like bad stuff. But yeah, they found it in the car. They didn't find it on her.
Well, that was the
now
marijuana, but the shrooms were found on her in the
was in her
ambulance.
waistband, right?
Yeah. So they were like, you get someone in an
Um,
ambulance and you go to, you know, whatever, like, they're moving a blanket off to check this and check that, check her leg, and they could feel something like under her in her waist. Oh, well, first they felt something in her when they started at the top. They felt in her bra, and they
can
pulled
I
the
see
shroom,
the
a bag of
video that
shrooms
I was
out.
looking at earlier? Random. Can you take a look at
Yeah,
it?
sure.
Okay. Because
Um,
I
and
saw them
then,
find it in the car.
yeah, no, they did find it in the car. They did find rugs in the car. It was just different. It was just marijuana. That was the first thing
No,
they
I
found.
heard I heard the
Oh,
officer
you heard him
say,
say something about? Oh,
yeah,
yeah, send it to me and I'll
yes,
listen to that.
yeah.
Okay, send that to
I
me
think
and
I
I'll listen to
reposted
that.
it too, so I'll send it to you.
Key, is
Okay.
that the video where they're throwing stuff in Mackenzie's purse?
No, it's when they're like shuffling through everything after the bodies are taken out and they find the
There's
stuff.
a video out there where they took stuff out of the car, and one of them's holding Mackenzie's purse, and they said, "Oh, just throw it over in here; it'll be okay." I don't know
Yeah,
what
her
they,
trunk was open, so it was a bunch of bags in the trunk.
Yeah, it
but
was like an orange
they
bag.
Yeah,
put a lot of stuff in her purse, and I don't know what it was.
yeah, it was a lot
So
of
yeah,
money and a lot of stuff in there.
yeah, they brought her that purse. There's body cam of them bringing her that purse back to the hospital. with like $65 in cash. There was they detailed like the
No, it
different
was like
things.
$256 in cash.
Did
And
it
that was like a bit after it was after they investigated the crime scene. I watched all that today.
yeah, send me whatever you saw. I didn't see, I mean, I think I saw what y'all are like as far as the throwing stuff in the purse and when they found that was the marijuana they found. But I didn't hear anybody, so I'll listen to it and like listen harder
I'll
to
send it
see
to
what they're
you.
saying. I may not have been paying attention to what they were saying while they were doing it.
Yeah, they had the backpack there. They could have put some of that stuff in the backpack. I mean, it
I didn't
was.
see them stuffing nothing in her bag. I just saw them shuffling bags around. The trunk was open. I saw once they discovered not just the Mary Jane, but the shrooms too. And Mackenzie was in the ambulance at that point, so I know it wasn't on her person. Just letting you know.
Did you see the video in the ambulance of them finding it on her?
No,
The only
Okay.
video in
I
the
have never
ambulance
seen
was
that.
when the
I was telling Kai that I saw them find it in the car.
Okay. I'll send you that video unredacted so you can see like it's not anything I mean gory. I wouldn't, be putting out a bunch of like it's just what you would expect to see when somebody goes into an ambulance and they're being attended to by EMTs.
Yeah, I saw the officer discover it, report back to his higher up, and said, "Hey, I just found this." They weren't in the car, the victims. He reported back to his higher up, and he said, "What is it?" And he told him what it was.
Yeah, I mean they could have I mean I don't know why they would keep it in two different places, but maybe they I mean maybe there was like, it was in a different place too.
That could be a possibility too. It could be she could have
Like
had
I
some in
mean
her leggings, and it could have been some in the middle console where they found it.
yeah, that's what I mean. She could have been holding for Dom or something, and Davian had his own, like whatever. I don't know. Just for whatever reason, having two separate stashes. That's another thing. I've never said that it it was just Mackenzie's. All I've ever said was it was found on her, so that's why she was charged with it. And I'm very aware. I mean, trust me, I've done my dirt in the day, and I'm very aware that I've held stuff for many people in my life, in another life. So that could have even been Dom's, but
Now,
they found it.
random, you know, doggone well,
What?
girl, you know,
Well, the reason I say not for, I would say for sure it was Dom's if if I hadn't seen so much evidence of Mackenzie moving it by herself without Dom with her, like with her friends and stuff. If it wasn't for that, I would say she was definitely holding it for Dom. But given that she was kind of moving it on her own, maybe for him, I mean, that wasn't clear, but her friends were hitting her up, texting her, wanting her to get this, and she was asking them, how much weight, and they were, it was a lot of that. So, and that was when she was by herself, like they were talking
yeah,
about meeting up.
I'm not saying she innocent at all. I ain't saying she never. Look, I don't know. I don't know what them kids what they were up to, but
They were
I just
wilding out, I can tell
personally
you
don't think
that.
she did
All
that
of
on
them,
purpose.
all of them collectively were wilding the
Right.
fuck out.
All period. Collective.
That's for a fact. Yes. Yeah, I've
All right, I'm
never
gonna jump
disputed that
down.
deal.
Thank you for talking with me,
All
Random
right,
and
bye,
CC. Thank
girl.
you for letting me up, Coco.
Yeah,
All
thank you.
right, you working tonight, Key?
Girl, you know I'm working.
Girl, you about to make that money on this holiday weekend.
I'm finna go to sleep.
Get you a good rest.
Yeah, I mean, things I've seen did change my opinion, but I'm still open about it. I still have questions,
Well,
It's not.
yeah, and I get that because I think, at least in my view, um, a lot of people, um, they give their opinion. They base what they think should happen with Mackenzie. They base that on their opinion. So, like, um, I think she should get a new trial. Well, because it's not fair that this wasn't introduced, or it's not fair that, but that's not going to get somebody a new trial. Like, just because, so it's pretty easy to come in and Monday night quarterback for something,
Yeah.
but, and the courts know that. So you think, I mean, there's a million different directions, legal strategies that lawyers could take. If they accepted appeals based on this should have happened, then everybody's appeal would be accepted because, of course, there are other ways you could have presented the case, but you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And just legally speaking is what I'm saying. That
Right.
matters. Like,
Yes.
so yeah, people's opinions can be that she didn't get a fair trial based on something that her lawyer didn't do, but that doesn't meet the threshold of ineffective counsel. Like, people don't realize a lot of this stuff that they're like, her lawyer should have introduced is stuff that he didn't, there was no evidence to support. So, like the POTS diagnosis, they're like, he should have, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? That was brought up in the trial. But if your mother's answer to, was she diagnosed with POTS? Yes, she was. Well, what was it? Where, when, and what was the doctor who diagnosed her? I don't remember their name. Okay, so let's ask the trauma doctor. Did she have a diagnosis of POTS? Yes, she did. And where did that diagnosis come from? Her mother reported it when she came to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like that, those aren't good facts.
And did
So you can't expect her attorney to be like,
have you
well,
seen, um sorry, have you seen any kind of blood work that indicated that she had had a seizure during this situation? Because I know seizures leave markers in your blood when you do.
right. So the trauma doctor was asked in great detail about every, measure of somebody's brain health, in the, when she was evaluated when she first came in. And it all appeared to be in normal order, except for she had a low blood oxygen level when they took it in the ambulance. But by the time they took it again after she was at the hospital, it was back to normal. So they kind of said that it could be that the clamp wasn't, like the first reading wasn't actually low. It was just the clamp was on her finger in a weird way, or she had nail polish on that kept it from reading it accurately. But every other measure of brain health was normal. And I think her Glasgow score, which is kind of like a collection of all of those points
Yeah,
that
the
everyone scored, was
you know when
15.
you are, what year it is, that kind of. I have seizures, and I do have um, right temporal slowing that shows on my brain scans and on my EEGs. But when I have a seizure, when they do blood work, there's a hormone in the blood. I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. That shows that you had this seizure.
Oh,
If
see, I didn't know that.
if you're
I
not
didn't really even understand a lot of.
if you're not actively seasoned when you get to the hospital or EMT arrives to you, there is a blood marker that will indicate that you have had a seizure. And I can't remember the name of it. I'll see if I can find it and I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah. So when you read the testimony from the trauma doctor, then you may understand it better than what I did. I just got, I mean, I read it, but it was kind of foreign to me. But of course, they ask her after she attests to the actual finding, is that normal? So I just got the gist of it what was normal and what wasn't, but you may recognize it better than I did.
Okay. I'll look at it and see if I catch anything because when I have mine, it shows in my blood. I don't have to be actively seasoned for them to know without doing any scans or EEGs. They know by looking at my blood. She
Well,
did
let me
have
ask
it.
you a question then, based on that. I mean, so since you have seizures, because I'm just thinking of something that I've heard people say.
Okay.
So when you have a seizure, like I know that I've seen the typical stuff like, muscle jerking and, um, so would your leg or like any muscle, your arm, um, just be like rigid and straight for extended periods of time?
The first one I had was that way. I did my husband said my body went straight as a board, and I quit breathing.
Did it stay like that? I mean,
It
like
didn't
where
stay
you
like
just
that
take that?
for
Okay,
like
that's what I was.
5, 10 minutes. It didn't stay like that. It was like a couple of minutes. I was passed out, and the seizure happened after I passed out. And when I came to, I was like, "What's wrong with y'all?" I just went to sleep. I felt like I had slept for hours. And he was like, "No, you had a seizure and you quit breathing. You didn't breathe for X amount of minutes. The ambulance is coming." Well, other seizures that they've documented on, they did a 3-day thing on me where I had to bring this camera home and set it up on my bed. And I had to wear all the monitors and stuff. And during that, I didn't have the stiffness. I had the jerking and that kind of seizure activity.
Okay,
And,
yeah, I've seen that kind.
you
I
know,
was just,
there's
so
different ones.
I was just wondering because,
And when I had my second child, she had a stroke either during delivery or after birth, and they didn't catch it until she was 2 months old. She would have seizures, but the kind of seizures she had, she just blanked out. Hang on just a second.
okay. Coco, you awake up there? Oof, I'm in my spaceship. It's hot as hell. It's 97 degrees right now.
Okay, sorry. But
It's all right.
when she would have seizures, she would just blank out and stare blankly, and you could touch her eye, and she wouldn't flinch. So, there's different kinds of seizures people have.
Yeah, that's why, and that's kind of the general consensus I got. I just thought, I mean, you were passed out, so it's hard for you, but I was just wanting to, if you were the kind that had where there was stiffness, like, and you were alert to feel it, or know it, I was gonna, ask you about something, but um, I just because look, um, if there was some new evidence, like or something even old evidence that wasn't, something of actual value that could be corroborated, not just my mom said this, then I would be willing, to change my view. Like if there was proof that, she had this, like, let's just say she was diagnosed with epilepsy tomorrow, even though it's been years, I would rethink my stance. Is it possible that this could have, but at that time, given the information that we had, nothing indicated that. There was no diagnosis, no type of um, markers or any, there was no indication of that at that time.
Right. And that was one of
So,
the things I questioned a lot was her medical records because I hadn't seen any. And the pot
well,
and the seizures could have played a part in it if she did go straight and held her foot down, but I still feel like Dom and them could have possibly gained control over the car while she was out. But I don't
yeah,
know.
and if you think about it too, it's like every, theory or, that people have, like, with every case, I mean, yeah, there could be tons of other things that could have happened, but you have to, like, think, is there evidence that this did happen, or is there evidence that it didn't? And for me, the evidence that like a lot of these theories can't dispute is that foot to floorboard thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like you could say, oh well, what if Dom was jerking the wheel? Well, sure. Okay. Let's go with that theory. If he was jerking the wheel, could this have happened just from that happening? Well, no, because someone had to have their foot to the floorboard. You know what I mean? Like there's always like that's the major piece that to me can't be overcome.
Right.
And if somebody, were to find some evidence that overcame that fact, then I would reevaluate. But I've yet to see any theory that overcomes why her foot was to the floorboard. I mean, I don't know if people just don't think. If you get in your car right now and you want to speed, if you want to go really fast, like on the interstate, if you want to go 80 miles an hour instead of, like that takes some pressure. But
Yeah,
think about how much more pressure it takes to go to the floorboard.
exactly.
Like, and that mental focus that it takes, like in your mind to say, oh no, this isn't fast enough. I need to go, like I'm going to push hard. Like there's thought behind that. Whether people, I mean, I don't know how anybody can dispute that. Just if you just think about it logically, like it's not normal for us to have our foot to the floorboard. Like that's not a normal, even kids that are reckless in speed or, people that, that's not a normal part of that. Like, yeah, pushing the gas a lot is a normal part, but to the floorboard,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a lot.
I don't
Mm.
think she was being chased either. I think that's silly. But that's just me.
yeah,
I don't know if she was being chased, but there is a video of a car that comes along not after her that turns left. I know what Keith's talking about. I've seen it.
Yeah.
were
Well, my
they, I mean,
ladies.
oh, sorry, Coco. You getting off
No, go
here?
ahead, babe. No. Go ahead,
No, I was
finish.
just going to ask her if they were like in that video, was that car, was that just a person driving down the road behind her, or was that like, or were you saying like they were like on her, like you could tell she was being chased?
No, it wasn't up close to her. They came into frame as like wrecked, then there was the car, and they turned left.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, Coco, you gonna get off here?
Yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta charge. So, all right, ladies, thank you
All
for hanging
right.
out. I loved
All right.
it. Thank you everybody for the gifts and the follows.
Thank you for the
Have a
All
good
right.
gift.
Thanks.
Bye,
I'll see you
y'all.
around.
Bye.